Looks like this is Lohar's place. Or what's left of it. Could Mordus have survived this? There's a void woken on the bridge ahead. But where's it going? Good gods! What happened?
The dwarf rocks on her haunches, gnawing at her own bloody knuckles. Her wet, fearful eyes flick to you. She lowers her fist just enough to hiss a warning.
Away! Away! Too noisy! It'll come back! It'll take me to...
She shrinks into the feet.
It'll come back! It'll come back! It'll come back! It'll come back! And we'll all be eaten alive!
The dwarf shakes her head vigorously.
No! I don't want to look! I saw too much already! Too much! Get away from me!
She clamps her hands over her ears and shuts her eye. You feel a tidal wave of panic drown you. You try to crawl away, but claws pin you down. You look up to see a fanged maw. You shift uncomfortably as the wagon traverses a patch of bumpy ground. The Magisters haven't removed your shackles, even though there's nowhere to run. You sigh and gaze outward. The landscape rolls past, empty and still. But then, you see something flying close to the horizon. Several things, in fact. You peer closer. What are those? Birds? Your eyes widen as they draw nearer. Those aren't birds. You turn around to shout a warning, but it's too late. You struggle to focus on the so-called healer looking down at you. Nothing but a human quack. You croak out a last plea, to be burned in the lizard tradition. But it only comes out as an unintelligible squeak. You sought escape, but something stalked you. You fled, it followed. You came across a pile of bones. In that moment, you knew that this would be your fate. An ancient memory overwhelms you. You are no longer you, but you still sense source saturating the air, more than you have ever felt before. You watch a figure stride through a cavern of amethyst and rose quartz. A man. No light touches this place, yet the stones and minerals illuminate his way. The man approaches a pearl sphere atop a pedestal. He lays his hands upon it, and you are thrust back into reality. The memory fades, but you still sense the source the man has commanded, as if you'd possessed it for yourself. You lose yourself in an ancient vision. As the man you saw before touches the pearl orb, you begin to feel yourself be. Various shades of grey swirl across the globe's surface, then part. You are free, joined by 7 others, summoned by sacrificial source. The 8 of you rush forth as shadows, past the globe, past the man whose body now lies limp on the floor, past the jeweled walls. The vision ends just as you emerge from the cavern. This memory, it feels ancient, a lost place in a lost time. You tried to make a break for it, from Fort Joy to the beach. You didn't make it. You died to the sound of your own echoing screams as the Voidwoken gnawed your bone. You tried to run. Your source collar was heavy around your neck. You slipped on the slick stone, and then they were on you, dozens of mouths feasting on your still living flesh.
This is the poor soul we saw snatched away from the beach. So this is where the sorcerers were taken. Dirty claws off me. More Voidwoken? This day just gets better and better.
Not much. People don't want to leave town. Can't blame them.
If any of you see so much as a rat's hair out of place, you tell the Magisters. Then we can get them out, and you can get back to work.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes, none the worse for...
You, the so-called friend of Dallas. I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it.
Yes, I am very much aware. Wasn't my damned head that hit the floor back.
Now answer me. Did you meet with a Magister caravan on your way into town? The out by the Bishop's bones, you saw it? Out with it, man. What happened? Void woken. That means Source was used. Which means some third party must have attacked first. And I've a fair idea who that might have been. Raymond, that old goat, always suspected there's more to the Driftwood Dwarves than meets the eye. Hate to admit it, but I think he may be right. Too many things have gone wrong along Reaper's Coast to attribute to bad luck. Magister ships sinking, weapons disappearing, and as you've seen, a caravan attacked and destroyed. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you. They've always been snakes in the grass. Cheap labour, sure, and hard workers too. Half of them are their Queen's spies. Her eyes, her ears, her poison-pouring hands. You know what Queen Justinia is like, surely. A tyrant and a master strategist to boot. There's a local thug, Lohar. It may be it's what should you in that case.
The kid is whistling an off-key tune as he strolls about shiftily. He raises an...
Ain't up to out. Just looking for someone. Seen Ben Mesd. Ooh. Baron won't like that. Won't like that one little bit.
The kid shoves his hands in his pockets and ambles off, resuming... The shimmering ghost of a kin magister turns her gaze upon you. She holds your stare, boring into your skull, searching the hollows of your eyes for the secrets of your soul. But in so doing, she shows you are Zuzan, a young lizard magister, devoted to the Order. More than this, you are in love with a comrade, a human man of wit and kindness and sweet disposition, who goes by the name of Boris. You are Zuzan once more. Alexander dies. Worse, your human comrades look at you askance, as if his murder was your fault. Even Boris turns against you. When he's posted to Fort Joy, he does not say goodbye. Your heart is broken. Posted to the graveyard shift in the dark of night on the outskirts of town, you do your duty diligently, but your heart is no longer in it. So when you catch a couple of young sorcerers fleeing rain, you see how deeply in love they are. You do not turn them in, you help them to escape. But in the morning, they are caught and under torture give you up. They go to Fort Joy. You are hanged right here.
Your maker. Worms take you. Worms take you.
There you are, little egg.
by sorcerers, a most vile incident.
If the Magisters ever
A
come...
valiant warrior against the void.
No Magisters
Taken too early, all hope destroyed.
Better hope they never come for intolerant cop rollers.
The path thus ended, the conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title most divine? We wait, we wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. With the nails of 2 fingers, she's pressing red welts into her forearm. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
And that's...
The drink has barely any effect on you, bar a coldness in your ribcage and a wetness in your seat.
Nothing like a glass of the good stuff to smudge everything into a pretty shape.
She slides another glass of ale toward you. Its contents sparkle in the dim bar.
Bottoms up. Cheers to you, me, and...
Her gaze swivels around the room.
Damien's dull knife. This place is horrible. Never mind. Cheers to you, me, and me again. Another. What do you mean? Ah, fat lot of good that'd do me around here. All the wolfies can't seem to catch a break in these parts. So, to the dwarves. Ah, down the old house. Oh, reckon that was. Reckon that... Let me tell you something.
There you are, little egg. I spotted something.
By sorcerers, a most vile incident. A valiant warrior against the void. Taken too early.
An elf sways on her chair, her eyes focused on the counter in front of her, where she has 6 glasses in a row. She slides one of the drinks towards you, her head bobbling heavily on her neck as she nods at the sparkling ale.
And that.
The drink has barely any of... She slides...
Bottoms up.
Her gaze...
Damien, another. What do you mean? So, to the dwarfs. Give me one good reason.
She dumps a heavy arm around your shoulder and pulls you in close, her breath hot and sour in your face.
Look at this. This is my story.
She shows you the 2 swollen, angry red welts on the underside of her arm. She slaps them without finesse, making herself wince, and stares at you intensely.
I know how to make it better. I can fix it, all of it. There's this woman. I'm not crazy. And if she kisses you, she can change you. She's downstairs. And now I'm different. It's in her lips. It's in the magic. I changed the right way. And then, I think now I'll be fine. You understand? How, sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
She looks at you earnestly, her eyes gleaming.
I seem good, don't I?
I don't think I know even a smaller good if it bit you on the arse.
Quick, my friend!
What's this? I found something. This ring, it bears the Magister's seal, and there's blood on it.
I need those reports, damn it.
Right away.
The Magister's jaw is...
What? Well, do you know anything?
The Magister snatches the ring from your palm and stares at it.
This is a conduct award. I presented it to Magister Harrick myself. She was the second one to be taken.
He shudders and abruptly turns to his...
Bellwether! Get over to the Black Bull Tavern and question their cook. See if there's any truth to this. And you, if I find this is some sort...
Wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
Hands where I can see them, Elf. I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder.
The cook piles a bundle of what appears to be red clothing into the hearth. It ignites. She turns and eyes you coldly.
It seems like someone's been telling tales about me. Foolish. Very. I did what was right. I rid the world of a few magisters and filled a few hungry bellies in the process. You ruined my plans. There's nothing left for me now.
cooking notes. Wait, there's something wrong with this.
I've sent Magister Barwin to look into your tales, stranger. She hasn't reported back yet. You're certain it was her? I won't allow for any doubt. Divine be praised, then. A satisfactory conclusion. Here.
He hands you a pouch of gold before absently waving... The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely...
What? Who asked you? You're not even supposed to... Keep out of it!
Good find.
worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in...
Buying or selling?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
I don't come visit you, pug. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
We just in the earth executes 2 dozen noble
Doing it together, Reed. You're safe among friends. Never forget.
Here's of my success. Perhaps I'll be promoted. We wait, we wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
Right about me. I'm just another useless elf.
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down the list. Think, you damn elf, think.
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot. The elf leaps around abruptly.
What? Why do you sneak up on me? Don't you know how dangerous that is, the way things are? Haven't you heard? My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. Whoever's behind it must be stopped. If you hear anything, come to... I was a Magister once. It was my whole life. But elves were banished from the ranks. I had hoped maybe if I could solve this case... No matter.
gains the title Most Divine? We wait, we wander and wonder, seeking... You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and
Well, never you mind. Every sonnet I compose is a masterpiece, and my muse has been begging me to write something new. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a handful of coins. It's an offer of a lifetime. Well, my friend. Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent.
You kidding? Wouldn't be caught dead.
Killed by sorcerers. A most vile incident.
And just to say, sorcerers...
A valiant warrior against the void.
Gather 'em up, I say.
Taken too early. All hope destroyed. The path thus ended. The conclusion of a noble bloodline. Who shall rise? Who gains the title Most Divine?
I
wait. We wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods.
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, I look forward to beating the shite out of you then. Bye now. Till...
Mercy, mercy. Hail, darling. Call me Dorothea.
She draws you in, her lips dangerously close to where your ears once were.
Oh, yes. I have something that you want. But I only bargain with those I deem deserving. Are you worthy of my gift? Indeed. This is acceptable. You are nearer the one than most self-described heroes I've known. So, tell me, are you ready for me to grant you your greatest desire? You're right to assume that I'm no genie from the ancient sagas.
Yet I can still expose the needs that remain hidden, even to you. All you must do is look into my ring and tell me what you see there. Gaze into the gem, my lovely...
She flashes her ring at you, and you stare at the luminescent stone at its center. You are floating on a current of pure source, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of colors and fuzzy images. On the horizon looms a dark silhouette. As you approach, a beam of light washes the shadow away, revealing to you...
Yes. I see you clearly now. It is power you seek. To conjure maelstroms, and I will fulfill this. A kiss. Most delicious. Meet...
Dorothea sees you and heaves a shuddering sigh. She bites into her lower lip with enough force that a drop of blood seeps out. Blood and something else.
Darling, it's so good to see you. And in fleshly form, no less. I admit I wish we could share more carnal pleasures. Yet I think a kiss is the height of intimacy.
You draw closer, yet her lips do not press against yours, and her hands do not caress your face. She is a woman no longer, but a were-spider. Her fang painlessly sinks into your neck. You still hear her words, though they sound muffled, as if filtered through a glass wall.
You desired power, and so it's yours. My venom seeps into every pore. We part ways now. I'll remember this. Oh yes, I know my way around your veiled form. I have seen your true self, and you have seen mine.
She kisses her forefinger, then presses it against your forehead.
Now go.
Down for a little scuffling and tussling? Let's see if you got some fight in ya.
Did you
know our arena champion's a bloody cheat, stranger. Murger tricked me and bit off my earlobe before the fight had even started.
Watch out for Murga, stranger. She's a formidable fighter, our dear arena champion, and not one to suffer fools lately.
In the shadows, a dwarven woman spits obscenities down upon a caged void-woken. She exudes a powerful air of menace and an even more powerful odor of old sweat and dried blood. She spies you and...
More fodder for the arena. Let Murga the champion test how good your reflexes are.
Curling her torn lip back over broken teeth, she grabs your hand and pulls you down to the ale-soaked table. Never losing eye contact, she begins arm wrestling you.
Ha! Your science won't help you here. In the arena, you must be willing to suffer if you want to achieve greatness.
She glimmers in and out of view, merging with the shadows. Crowing, she slams your hand down into the table, hard enough to draw blood.
I bested that void-woken below us, you know. Dragged that scaly lump down there with my own 2 hands. So, since you can't hope to beat me, what is it you want down here? Ah, based on your performance so far, that's cute. But I shouldn't judge your baby steps. The lion judges not the pussycat, eh? Cute. Ah, then I'll not.
Good gods. Is there a void-woken down there? I've spotted something.
The plinth of the statue bears the sculpture looks impossibly heavy, yet turns with little... The statue rotates with little resistance. The statue rotates with little resistance. The statue rotates with little resistance.
Monument to dwarven lives lost.
The eagle glowers at you with one baleful eye, keeping the other eye firmly trained on the stringy morsels of rotting flesh dangling from its beak. The servant responds with a blank look and a... Within the stone garden's walls, peace be thy immortal fortune. Relieve the toil of free. As you reach to push open the heavy door, the coils and whirls of engraved wood dance into a new pattern. The semblance of a face arises, a face that seems to look right through.
Why are you here? Tell me, and mind that you tell me true.
Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle. Worryingly closer, you hear some kind of a moan. Time passes. At last, the lips on the...
Leave.
The face melts back. As you approach the door again...
Are you ready to tell? Why are you here? Tell me, and mind that you tell me true.
Silence greets your answer. In the distance, you hear the screech of an eagle.
Enter.
The face melts back into the...
Like I found Ryker's place. Here's hoping for a warm welcome.
A visitor. Such a rare and exquisite pleasure, especially from one so unliving.
The elf tilts his head backwards, but his squinted eyes don't stray from you.
Call me Ryker. Please, do avail yourself of my creature comforts. You've surely come a long way.
He grins and waves his hand dismissively.
Nothing to be concerned with, I assure you. Mere husks. Nothing like yourself. I enjoy living grandly. I know these aren't ordinary servants, but I prefer the extraordinary. There is no pleasure in mediocrity. Don't you agree, Godwoken? Don't be so naive. My doors only open on the occasion of truth. What you admit to them, you admit to me. I also see you are not yet whole.
He presses a slender forefinger against his tight lips and hums.
I'm not a generous man, but I could give you what you seek, if you offer something in return. A completely fair exchange between sorcerers. Let's not be so secretive, my good fellow. You're dying to show off those smoldering talents of yours. You just don't know how to handle them. I can help you with that. I can share my bond with the source with you, fill your well to the brim, make you a master. The rest of the story, well, it's yours. You must go to the Black Pits. There's a cavern there. In it, you'll find a stone tablet of considerable value.
He points to the location on your map.
Bring it to me.
Dizziness. It lasts just a moment, but long enough for you to feel Amadia's presence. You hear no words, yet understand. It's imperative you accept Ryker's bargain. The episode passes. Ryker is peering at you intently.
A promise you'd best fulfill.
Ryker bows his...
Then you'll have the power you seek, if not the power that trumps it. There will always be one greater, you know. Now please, don't let me keep you.
Lasting.
Can't tell anything. The Magisters were...
A man paces back and forth, puffing anxiously on a pipe. His face is creased with tiredness.
If you're looking for healing or the like, then you'd best look elsewhere. My plate is full for now.
The man chomps on the bit of his pipe, generating a small cloud of nervous smoke. Finally, he
I came by a new patient, a young woman, very troubled. I'll do what I can for her, but I'll need...
He gestures with his pipe for you to leave.
Ugh. Fine. You can help. Take this key and go to the cellar. I'll join you there. Just be careful. It's clear she's a powerful sorcerer.